Bienvenidos a Joan Games. Hoy os traigo Order of the Thorne The King's Challenge. El juego viene originalmente en inglés, os dejaré un enlace en la descripción por si os queréis descargar la traducción y empezamos.
Long ago, in the time before time began, the great realm of Uir prospered under the guardianship of the benevolent Order of Knights, who protected and guided the people of its many kingdoms. These knights were known as the Order of the Thorne. The price of peace is not so easily won. For where there is good, evil is not far behind. These are the stories of the Knights of the Order of the Thorne and their many adventures.
Hello there, young bard. It's quite a tune you're playing.
Thank you, sir. It was written by my father. I keep all of his songs in my book of songs.
Oh, you play very well. What brings you to this crossroads, though?
I am on my way to the fairy kingdom to accept the king's challenge.
Whoa, that's quite the undertaking, lad.
I know, it's not for the foolhardy, but I truly wish to participate.
Of course, lad. King Killearn's yearly challenge is a renowned contest of cunning and bravery. One never knows what the fairy king has in mind for his challengers from year to year, but it is always a true contest of honor.
The truth is, I need inspiration. You see, I want to compose the greatest ballad ever written.
The king's challenge would make a very fitting event to compose a song about indeed.
I've always wanted to be a brave and good bard like my father. Now is my chance.
Who was your father?
His name was Donald of Galway. He was a bard, but also served in...
Ah, I knew your father. He served the Order of the Thorne well. I heard him sing once in Glen Morgana. His voice inspired the weary when we thought we couldn't go on.
Thank you, sir. You see, I want to honor his legacy and sacrifice.
Aye, I believe you will, son. Well, good luck to you,
Finn. I am Finn the Bard.
Well met, Finn. Well, I am off to pursue the duties of my cloak. Peace be with you, Finn.
You too, brother...
Owen. My name is Brother Owen. It was a pleasure to meet you.
You as well, Ewan.
The day of the challenge had arrived. Throngs of people came from all over Cran Naoim, the home of the fairy court, to discover what this year's challenge would be. The hopeful challengers all assembled in the throne room of the fairy court to hear what King Quilhan had to say.
Welcome, challengers. I am pleased to see so many of you come forth. Once every 10 years, I issue a call for the best and brightest of my subjects. Today, the 7 of you have answered, and I am honored by your presence in my court. This year, I have created a challenge that, while quite simple in concept, should prove to be most taxing and adventurous for you. My wife, your queen, has volunteered to be hidden somewhere in this land until a champion can find her. She is hidden within the boundaries of our lands. From the path exiting the realm to the east, to the edge of the spider forest to the west. Within these vast and varied locales, she could be hidden anywhere. The prize for finding the queen is the same as it ever was. The champion will win the right to one wish from your king, whatever is within my power to grant, and the title of Champion of the Fairy Realm. This task will not be easy, but I have faith that one of you 7 brave challengers will find her. Now, if you please, let us make introductions. Tell me of yourself. I wish to know something of my challengers.
Your Majesty, I am Gawain, Knight of the Kingdom of Stoneland. I am the bravest and most feared knight in my kingdom, and I have come to win this challenge, as is my destiny.
Welcome to the challenge, Sir Gawain.
Oh yes, absolutely, Majesty. They call me Chaka, and I'm from the fairy realm myself. And well, I just thought it might be fun. I've always wanted to go on a quest.
Welcome, Chaka.
Pleased to meet you, Your Majesty. I'm Snowy, and this is my friend Red. We have dedicated our lives to helping other people, so finding the Queen would be the ideal task for us.
Oh yes, Your Majesty. It would be amazing and fantastic.
It's a pleasure to have such fine ladies in this year's challenge. Welcome. I am Fowlin, Your Majesty, friend of the fairy realm and adventurer. I've heard of your exploits, friend Fowlin. You must tell me one day about your legendary defeat of the evil Lord Sinister. It is a story that I'd very much like to hear from you. I'd be honored to tell the tale, Your Majesty, although I must admit the versions of it I have heard told in taverns since have been somewhat exaggerated, sire. I'm sure. Tales are always better when they are true. Welcome to the challenge, Fowlin.
I am Abaddon, High Priest of the Kingdom of Rosette. I was sent by your brother, the King of Rosette, to participate in this challenge.
My brother always sends his best. I am sure you are most welcome here.
I shall be the one to find your queen, Majesty, have no doubt.
Do not let pride stand in your way, Abaddon. It is perhaps a fatal flaw in some. Nonetheless, I wish you my best.
Hello, Your Majesty. My name is Finn, and I only just arrived in this land. I am a bard. I travel and play songs for my lodgings and food.
Hello, Finn. A bard is always welcome in my realm. Although I must say, most minstrels are better dressed.
I apologize for my attire, Your Majesty. I was waylaid on my journey by bandits, and I was only left with my traveling clothes.
Your attire isn't important, young bard. Only your heart and spirit. I look forward to hearing you play once the challenge is over. Now, I wish to thank you all, challengers. Before you leave, I shall offer you each a royal gold coin. This coin is your proof that you are a participant in the King's Challenge. It will not only imbue you with honor and allow you access to places in my kingdom that are often difficult to reach, but you will also be required to present it to the guards to re-enter the village of Cran Naum. Now, to my brave and bright 7, let the challenge begin.
Well, the game begins. Time to find the queen. To solve this game, you'll need to explore the fairy kingdom. It's normal in this game to gather an eclectic collection of items in your inventory. There is always a solution to any given puzzle. As you move your mouse around the screen, points of interest will be identified and left-clicking the mouse will interact with those points. Otherwise, moving the mouse to the top of the screen will activate the inventory window, The king gave you this gold coin to assist you in your quest. This is your precious songbook. Your father gave this to you many years ago, and you've all... Welcome to your songbook. Here you'll find all the songs you know. As to use the lute in hard mode, you start by pressing the button which denotes pay close attention to the notes which are played. If you use the lute in easy mode, simply pressing the song button will ensure Finn have fun. You don't need a drink at the moment. This fountain was commissioned by the Queen many...
Hello there. How is your search for the Queen going?
Oh, that? No, I gave up already. It seemed like a lot of walking, and I'm more content to just stay in town here.
Oh, well, okay then. Well, have fun.
Oh, I am! Dropping pebbles into the fountain is very relaxing.
Take care, Chucker.
Same to you, Mr. Bard.
You reach the base of the hill when you notice a mischievous pixie swooping down towards you.
Hey, give that back!
Silly Bard, it's mine now. I keep it.
That pixie stole your book of songs.
That was my father's book. I need that to be able to play most of my songs.
It's mine now, little Bard. Better learn some new songs. Better learn some new songs.
Hello there. Fowlon, right?
Why, yes. Hello, Bard. Finn, I believe?
Yes. How is your search going?
So far, so good right now. I'm stopping to think for a minute and see if I can discern where a queen might be hidden.
Sounds like a good plan. Have you seen any pixies?
Yes, actually. They live in a grove up north of here.
How are you doing?
I'm well. Just trying to figure out where the queen could be.
Tell me about Lord Sinister.
Well, he was the scariest man I have ever encountered. I'm just glad none of us have to ever see him again.
Tell me about Craneowen.
Well, it is where I was born and raised, originally, but I left home as a young fairy, and have traveled the world and had many adventures. I always wished to return home, and I thought it was time to now. Just in time for the good old King's Challenge.
Tell me about adventure.
Adventure, you say? I've had my fair share. One time, in the kingdom of Agnort, I had too much knot draught and I became sick. However, the giant snargs in the pub wanted to fight me, so I used my vomit as a weapon.
Ew.
That's what they said just before they passed out from disgust. When adventuring, though, you have to use every tool available to you.
Bye.
Good luck, Bard.
You touch the crystals, and you can feel the power of the earth running through them. These crystals have grown straight up from the ground, making you think that... You quickly brush any dust off your clothes. You plan on meeting the... It's you. You think about grabbing one of these mushrooms, but it's too big. As you take a closer look, you realize this flower is wilting and won't survive if it stays planted. As gently as you can, you pull the flower from its small grassy aisle. You don't want to throw that into the pond. That doesn't seem... You spend a good 10 minutes searching the log thoroughly. Nothing. Sometimes a log is just a log. A log lays here on the ground by the small pond, rotting as the years pass and the weather breaks it down. None of these mushrooms look interesting. This pixie isn't interested in talking to you.
What do you want?
Forgive me, little fairy, but you've got my songbook. It's very precious to me, and I'd like it back.
Silly man, we're pixies, not fairies. Everybody knows that. And don't even think about trying to take our book. We found it, and it's ours.
It's not yours. You stole it right out of my hands, and I would like it back.
No, it's ours now.
There must be something we can work out.
Well, maybe there's something you could do. We lost our harp in the swamp, and we want it back. It's so much nicer than this dirty old book.
If you know where it is, why can't you get it yourself?
A terrible creature lives there. The biggest, most baddest monster ever. We don't like to go near it. It's scary.
So, if I retrieve your harp, you will return my book?
Yes. Just get our harp.
This pixie isn't in... You don't need to climb the rock. You appreciate the leaves. When you touch the tree, you feel the power of the fairy realm flow through it. The pond is filled with stagnant water, although some lily pads are growing in it. There's no reason to take the... The kingdom of the spiders lies west. The fairy realm lies east. Be at peace wherever... Trolls are renowned the world over for three things. They are too stupid to learn the common tongue, they live near bridges, and they love. Suffice to say, he wouldn't understand if you spoke to him. You attempt to get past the... That was close. You'd better try to find another way to get past the troll. You don't need a drink. It's too heavy to... You don't want it. You can't move the rocks, and you don't want to disturb the flowers.
Darn it all, would you two stop following me?
Little sir, all we wanted to do was help.
We're just trying to help.
Lass, 'tis the most willing horse that gets worked to death first. And sure as flowers can grow in dung, you two will be the death of me.
But, little sir, we just have to make sure you get home all right.
And you were in such a tizzy a few moments ago.
A tizzy? I ain't now, nor have I ever been in a tizzy. What a terrible thing to say to a gnome. Besides, I wasn't in trouble. I was just caught off guard a bit is all.
But you almost fell into the river. To think of those raging currents. Little sir, you could have washed up, well, who knows where.
I would never have fallen in the river, lass. And what's more, you can call a gnome stout, you can call a gnome stocky, but you cannot call a gnome little. Lucky they're of the gentle sex, or I'd have words with them fist-like. Insulting strangers in the forest.
All we wanted to do was help.
Some people simply have no manners at all.
Forgive us, good stranger. We've not met before.
No, we haven't. Although I saw you in the King's Court earlier. I'm Finn.
Oh, yes, the bard. I love music. I'm Red, and my friend here is Snow.
It's a pleasure to meet you both, ladies. Do you play any music yourself, Red?
Oh, no. I love listening to a beautiful song, but I have no talent in that area myself.
She writes her own songs, you know, Finn.
Don't tell him that, Snow. They're not very good.
If a song is written with love and attention, then it's a good song. I would be honored to hear your song if you'll teach it to me.
It's called An Ode to Peace, and may help to soothe a troubled soul.
Red sings her song to you, and you memorize it to play it again in the future.
Thank you for teaching me your song, Red. I shall play it with pride.
But I feel like I should teach you a powerful song I know. I know it.
Snow sings her song to you, Stairway to the Other World. It feels dark and mysterious, but you learn it quickly.
This song is said to be so mournful, it can make even the dead feel.
I do appreciate learning both your songs, ladies, but I really should return to my search for the Queen.
Oh yes, we should too. We were looking everywhere, but we came across the little gnome, and he seemed in trouble, so we stopped to help him.
But he's so rude. Although it's better to help people in need if you can. We must be back to our search. Though, it was a pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Rose Red, perhaps we were too hard on the little sir after all.
We should go and see if he's all right.
Such a nice song, and played so well, but it had little effect on anything. Such a nice song. Such a nice... That didn't... That didn't... You don't need... You can't... There's the High Priest, one of your fellow challengers.
Hello there.
What do you want? I'm in a hurry here.
Sorry, I wanted to inquire how you were getting on in the challenge.
Why would I tell you that? I want to win this for my king, so I'm not likely to tell some scruffy bard where the queen is, even if I knew.
So you don't know either then?
That's not what I said. Besides, what would a bard want with the prize anyway? Want to buy some new clothes?
It's not a profitable life, that's true. But bards live to please and serve others. We bring joy to other people. But I'm sure you don't understand that concept. And you're leaving the fairy realm in that direction. Obnoxious man.
You don't want to... You try to...
And the queen is obviously past here, otherwise you wouldn't be guarding this place. Now let me pass.
You see one guard shrug slightly to the other.
That Abdon, he's always been an arrogant fool.
He'll certainly never find the Queen that way.
He's heading in absolutely the wrong direction.
Oh, quiet now. Here's another challenger. This is the eastern border of the fairy realm. You need not go beyond here, challenger.
Hello, guards. How are you? What can you tell me about the fairy kingdom?
This is the finest kingdom in all of UA.
Our people sing the sweetest songs of peace and prosperity, all due to our king and queen.
What can you tell me about Abdon?
He's always been an arrogant fool.
He couldn't find his way out of bed once. He'll probably get lost going home.
What can you tell me about the woods?
Well, it's mostly peaceful here. Up north here, there's a ferry to the Isle of the Honoured.
There's an ornery troll to the west who lives under the bridge and guards it when he feels feisty.
What can you tell me about the fairy?
He's a quiet person, takes the reverence of the Isle of the Honoured quite seriously.
I only ever heard him once in my life. And in that moment, he's singing a dirge of such melancholic beauty, it made me cry.
What can you tell me about the troll?
Oh, that grumpy, greedy old thing. Copper or tin for that with the shins.
What does that even mean?
He likes treasure.
Who doesn't? Sheesh.
He hates goats, though.
Hides them.
He hates that in particular.
What can you tell me about the goat?
This goat knocked him on his keister once. He fell in the water after that.
That were the king's goat, too. Wayward old fellow.
Yeah, that was a mean old goat. He wandered off one day, and he ain't been back since.
I don't think the troll minds.
What can you tell me of the king?
King Quillan is one of the bravest, strongest, and wisest beings I've ever met.
All of us would give our lives for him or the queen, without question.
What can you tell me about the king's challenge?
It's a real honour to win. We don't know any more than you, really. So our best advice is just to explore, examine, and talk to anyone you can.
Goodbye, sirs.
Goodbye, Finn. Best of luck to you.
Such a nice song, and played. Such a nice song. Such a nice... The king said to stay within his realm. Any...
Bueno, pues hasta aquí. Gracias por ver el vídeo.